With Pharaoh, it says over and over, and Pharaoh hardened his heart, and Pharaoh hardened his heart. After all these plagues, Pharaoh hardened his heart. But there's one time it says God hardened his heart. And some have made this case, I think it's a faulty way of doing exegesis, that God only hardened his heart after Pharaoh hardened his heart several times. No, I think every time that Pharaoh hardened his heart, you could say God hardened his heart. But that's where this Pharaoh hardened his own heart, in this kind of passive God, Pharaoh did it of his own volition. But you see, God was actively involved in Pharaoh hardening his heart. And you go, well, you don't blame God for that because he did it in judgment. It was a just thing for God to do. And let me give you another New Testament illustration. Because they did not believe the truth, God sent them a delusion. That's an active thing. So God's like, if you don't believe what I've already revealed to you, I'm going to send you a delusion so that you may believe a lie. Remember when the prophet says, who's going to be a lying spirit before us? The angel says, hey, I'll be a lying spirit. Go and be successful. So that's evil. No, God is judging. They deserve that. We can't blame God for that. So God sends a delusion in judgment. And so in every action, even the sin, God's not the author of it. We say God is holding justice in it. We see God's glory in it. We see God's goodness. And that's why I'm saying this doesn't just lead to good. Every decree is good. There's no decree that's not good from God's perspective. Even sin that's he passively allow, is an active result of a previous sin. The mystery of iniquity is, how did original sin take place? The first one. I don't know that one. Every other sin you can blame on the sin before. There's a judgment of the sin before. God doesn't have to have mercy. He doesn't have to restrain grace. All I would say, and this is what I was going to think before my mind went blank, is that anything that's created has the potentiality of falling. We talk about the impeccability of Christ. Could he have sinned, not sinned? Well, all of humanity, all of creation, by the very nature it's not God, is contingent to fall or to sin. Because for something to fall, God just has to remove his hand and it can't sustain itself. So humanity is not impeccable, even in the original state of righteousness. And for sin to enter in, God just has to not actively force sin, but just take his hands off of it, man's going to fall. I don't understand the original sin, how sin entered into the equation. I think that's why the Bible calls it a mystery of iniquity. We know he's not the author of it. No theologian has ever explained it. And if someone says, I know the answer, run from that.